Hello everybody, my name is Marlo and welcome back once again to another episode of TekTopia, where last time round we built this mega room underground for our tree farm, which you cannot honestly see all that well, so let's actually just take a quick flight up here and plop ourselves down on this tree. It's awfully dark, but yeah, this is what we built last episode, and unfortunately, it doesn't work. The lumberjacks do not recognize this as a tree farm and instead just choose to wander around aimlessly doing absolutely nothing. So the first thing we're going to do today in this episode is try our best to get it to work. So this right here is my plan, and more importantly, a state-of-the-art replica of my underground tree farm. As you can see, looks just like it, but miniature. So this is my way of explaining how I want this to work. These are the trees in the underground tree farm, which the lumberjacks currently cannot locate. This is the staircase leading down to it, and up here is the entranceway just on the surface here. So our lumberjacks currently cannot see those trees because they are too far underground and too far away. In theory, at least, that's what I'm imagining is the problem. So they are going to want to chop down this tree, which is going to be much closer and just inside the entranceway there. But they can't actually get to this that they know of. They think there's going to be a way, but there's not. So they're going to be pathfinding to that tree right there, walking forward. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but they're walking forward, trigger a pressure plate, and fall down a hole, leading all the way down to the underground tree farm, where they're like, oh, there's trees down here, and go ahead and chop them. I don't know how they're going to go about getting back up, but yeah, that's what I'm going to try. Very basic. I'm not going to build anything pretty, I just want to see if this works, first of all. Lumberjacks, I already don't like the fact you're heading in the complete wrong direction, but nonetheless, let me show you guys what I've set up here. So, I've chopped down every single tree in the village border. Those in the forest over there are not actually in the boundaries, and I've chopped them over there, and I think I've got every other one. So in theory, the only tree, with the exception of those in the underground tree farm right at the bottom, the only tree that they should see, lots of rhymes, is this one right here. Now, I don't know if this is like a big enough entranceway. I might just get rid of these blocks as well. But basically, the theory is they see this, and just like our replica, they step on the pressure plate, the blocks here get removed, and I don't really want to drop down there because it's a long staircase up, but you can see there's a water drop to catch them to stop them taking too much damage, and they'll be down in the tree farm. Now, I guess it's just a waiting game, and we'll keep our fingers crossed. Honestly, the fact that they're just nowhere near here at all doesn't give me much hope. Yeah, this is not what I had in mind. It's not been too long, only a couple of minutes, and they're still reading away, so I'm not giving up on them just yet. But if you could, just finish up that chapter, that would be wonderful, Hagar. Okay, he's finished, and he's walking in the wrong direction. I think it's actually raining right now. Yes, okay, so he's probably going back home or to the tavern or something. Ah, so much waiting around already. Okay, yeah, Madison is doing the same thing. The night has just been slept away, it's early in the morning, and now is probably the best time to test this, so I'm just on lookout for my lumberjacks. I don't really know which... Oh, there's one right there. I think he must sleep in that house. Okay, so I'm gonna watch this guy right here and see if he goes anywhere near the tunnel. This is very tense because I honestly have no idea what he's gonna do if he's not looking to chop down that tree. And what do you know? He's going to cross the bridge. I think this has failed. So I do have a couple of other ideas in mind. I'm not going to do them on camera. I'm just going to take some of your suggestions that you suggested last episode and try them out. But yeah, don't want to bore you guys by just doing boring testing TekTopia things. So I'll skip this and let you know if I have any luck. Nope. No luck at all, unfortunately. I still may try some other things another day and just give the lumberjacks a bit of time. I'm definitely going to leave these trees in place and not bother chopping them down because I'm too lazy right now. But we certainly are, bearing in mind the lumberjacks don't decide to suddenly start using this, gonna repurpose the room into something else, because I am definitely not letting all of my hard work here go to waste. So this is where I need your help. If you have any cool ideas, and I've already got some from some previous comments from you guys, but if you have any ideas of things that we could change this room up into, please let me know down in the comments below. Preferably something cosmetic that the villagers don't actually have to use, because obviously we got a little bit of a problem there. So of course we do actually need to plant some trees for our lumberjacks to use, because they were all over here at the start of the episode, but I chopped them down in hopes we could get them to use this. And yeah, currently there's no trees in the village, so they're very lost and just wandering around aimlessly, as you can see. So I would plant them back over on this island here, but I actually want to put some animal pens on that. Hopefully we'll get to do that today in this episode. So I think just for now, I don't know if this is going to be temporary or permanent, but we're going to put them on this little area over here. So right here is the village border, as you can see. I should just be able to like line this area with a butt ton of trees, make it look super duper ugly. We've already got that ugliness over there with the sheep and the cow farm. But yeah, I'm just going to stick them over here out the way with, and maybe another episode we can build a more permanent tree farm. You know what? That doesn't actually look too bad at all, surprisingly. We definitely won't keep them there forever, and long in the future when this village is all said and done, we're not going to have the trees looking like this over here, and we'll have a more permanent home for them. But for the meantime, I'm perfectly okay with just having this jumbled mess of trees on that piece of land there. Just for now anyway. And of course, bearing in mind the lumberjacks actually try and chop them down. They haven't really gone near them just yet, and it's been about 5 minutes, so hopefully soon they decide to start mining them and chopping them down. I'll keep my fingers crossed and my eyes located on them. But yeah, we are now finally ready to start some building. I know it's taken me long enough in this episode, but before we start that, I just have to give a couple of things some names. And the first one is our sea monster out there in the middle of the ocean. Her name is going to be Nessie. Something very stereotypical, I know, after the Loch Ness monster. I just saw a lot of people suggesting it and I thought it was perfect. Fun fact, I've actually been to Loch Ness in Scotland, didn't see Nessie over there, so yeah, I'm glad she's here in my Minecraft world. And the other thing that needs a name is our crystal here in the mines down below. Is that a squid up there that I just saw swimming around? Yes, okay, we have cave squid. That's awesome. Okay, so this thing has gone through its changes. The original idea of this thing was meant to be the earth crystal, and you guys said, that doesn't make any sense, it looks just like a flame. And I said, no, it's not a flame, we'll just call it a fire crystal. And now I'm saying, no, it's not a fire crystal, it's in fact a flame. So yeah, we're gonna pretend this thing right here is just a fire that is burning, possibly to keep the miners warm, or maybe some power could be harvested by the druids or the miners themselves. I'm not really sure, you guys can make up some lore if you want to. But once again, this was highly suggested down in the comments. I'm picking the most popular one, also because I thought it sounded the best, and we are going to call it the Eternal Flame. 8 minutes into the episode and we haven't placed a single permanent block. I don't even think those trees count because the lumberjacks simply haven't touched them, so once again I'm gonna have to relocate them to somewhere else, but I'll do all of that off camera. Zombies having a little bit of a battle over there. Let me just go and check they're okay, because one of them doesn't appear to be swinging. Oh, you're taking damage from fire. You good? Yep, you're okay. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to have to move them again, but I'll do that off camera. And yeah, now we can finally start with some building. Hurrah! So we are going to be constructing a 10-person house. We're going to have a downstairs room of 6 and an upstairs room of 4. And then hopefully after we can fill it with villagers. I think we've done enough building in this new village here where we have finally reached a point that we are ready to give it a name. So I actually have some ideas already left by you guys in previous episodes of what we could call this place, but regardless, I still would like your name suggestions down in the comments. Just bombard me with ideas. I like to have a lot to pick from, so anything you think we should call this elven fantasy village, let me know down in the comments and then we can do that next episode. So, let's talk about this house. First things first, credit where credit is due. This roof outline right here, all the way up and then all the way back down on the other side with the little offshoots right there with the upside down stairs. Not my design. I actually saw this on Pinterest a little while ago and I think the original poster was on Reddit. So, bear in mind that is the original post. I'm going to link that down in the description just because, yeah, credit where credit is due, of course. But the rest is all me. So this is actually 2 separate levels. We have a 4-person home upstairs and a 6-person home downstairs. I guess because it makes complete sense. Let's start with the upstairs. But yeah, we got this little skinny staircase up here, which shouldn't be too much of a problem. Bearing in mind it is only a 4-person home, so it shouldn't get too busy. Hopefully they're not too pushy and shovey. But yeah, just something super simple. Quite a lot of beds up here. I got torches splattered around for some reason. 4 beds, some tables, a couple of paintings, little bookshelf area over here, and then a big beam in the center of the room because we had this big open gap and I needed to fill it with something. So that is the 4-person home upstairs. Again, hopefully that staircase doesn't cause any problems. But as for the downstairs area, the 6-person home actually has 2 entrances, that one there and the one we just came through. And same deal with this one really, it's just 6 beds. We got this big table in the middle for the villagers to sit at, using the piston tables, and then a nice little kitchen over here. Don't think I've ever built a kitchen in a villager home before, usually because I don't have room. But this one has quite a lot of space down here, so yeah, I was able to do some things a little bit different. But yeah, that right there is the 10-person home, I guess, all done. You may notice, just by the storage building over there, there are a few floating leaves and saplings placed down, as well as a big jungle tree here. And that is because my lumberjacks are being huge pain in the butts. They did not want to go over to the trees behind me. I even planted some over there on that island, which I think they are using now by the looks of it, but they didn't want to go over to them either. Very sad, miner. I'm sorry, we'll make you happy soon, I promise. And then I eventually gave up and just splattered a bunch of saplings down here on the floor because they were just doing nothing for ages and it was driving me insane. So I don't know what we're going to do about the whole tree problem right here with the lumberjacks just being nuisances. I guess for the meantime we'll just leave them around the village here and hope we can set up something more permanent that one works and also is tucked away, hidden somewhere that the villagers can actually locate. Oh no, appears we have a zombie invasion. They're coming for the guards in the barracks. Hopefully those guys have got it. I'm sure they have. We also have another sad miner, probably going for a drink in the tavern. I do love standing up here and just watching over the village. I always do it. But anyway, we are now ready to purchase some things from the town hall. And here I have laid out a little bit of a plan for everything I want to buy, which is a lot. Yes, I know, just from looking at that, that's a hefty amount of emeralds, but we are actually going to be able to do it. It always seems like the episode where we get a better food source and sort out the animal pens and all of that sort of stuff, it's always very, very expensive. And I tend to do it in one shot for some reason. But anyway, let's go through the plan here. So we got 23 emeralds for a 4-person home, 36 for a 6-person, 45 for a butchery, 32 for a kitchen, the one in the tavern. We don't actually have that placed down yet. And then we have 12 for a single chef. Cannot unfortunately fit any more in the kitchen other than just the one. We have 2 butchers for 14 emeralds, 2 druids for 42, and then 4 ranchers for 28, and then a whopping 128 aka 2 stacks for all of the animal pens, leaving us with 5 stacks and 40 emeralds needed to purchase that. Now in this ender chest is where I store my emeralds, and before I show you this, some of you are going to think I cheated and spawned in the number of emeralds needed to get all of the stuff behind me there, because I have the exact amount needed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stacks and 40 emeralds. No, not cheated. I've actually been doing a lot of trading in between episodes. Remember last time we built the underground tree farm and just spent so long underground that the villagers just did awesome work up here and got tons and tons of resources? I basically traded all of that and then a little bit more. And yeah, just got a butt ton of emeralds and just so happened to be the perfect amount needed, which is just awesome. It's a big coincidence. I promise you I did not spawn them in. If I did, why would I get the exact amount? That would give the game away instantly. So yeah, we actually have the exact amount needed. Bear in mind, I've added all of this up correctly, which I could have done wrong because maybe I don't know how to use a calculator. But yeah, I'm actually going to sleep the night away and then I'm going to get all of these and purchase all of that. Emeralds in hand and I am ready to go on a shopping spree. Okay, so let's head into town hall here and purchase all of the items. The thing I'm a little bit worried about, because we do actually have the exact amount, is if the prices happen to go up when I change over from the architect to the tradesman and like exit out of the GUI, if the prices increase because I bought a bunch of other stuff from this guy, I'm not going to have enough. So fingers crossed that isn't the case and we're actually all good. That was expensive, but thankfully no more than I actually expected, and it's also very satisfying seeing all of this laid out in my inventory here. So obviously we can't hand these out just yet. One, because I don't believe there are any nomads in town, which I think I'm actually going to use instead of waiting for the kids to grow up. We don't have the school, and now that the nomads actually spawn, there's no real benefit to choosing the children just yet anyway. As soon as we build the school, we will make sure we actually only use children. But yeah, gonna keep an eye out for nomads and hand these out periodically, but I think for now we can go ahead and place down these 2 tokens as well as the kitchen. Here is the 6-person home, and here is the 4-person home. Yep, all of the beds are yellow. Very nice. And of course, the kitchen. Oh, thank goodness, it lights up. I was a little bit worried it wasn't going to for some reason. That is awesome. We are now ready to build the animal pens and of course the butchery, which I don't think I'm going to have time to get to properly today, so we might just have to set up something temporary to begin with, but we're going to be building the animal pens on this island here. So for the millionth time this episode, going to have to relocate these trees to somewhere else, but yeah, we're going to be building something here. Not sure what it's going to be, but hopefully it turns out pretty good, and whilst I do that, I'm going to keep an eye out for nomads and hand out all of these tokens as they come in. It's now the next day for me in real life, and as you may have guessed, some time has passed and I have done some work. So let me catch you up. First things first, we now have 8 new villagers. I handed out all of the tokens, so we have the ranchers, the druids, the butchers, and then the chef is somewhere. Most likely in the kitchen, I would imagine, or having a read of a book in the library, or maybe just having a really big lie-in to the afternoon. But yeah, we handed out all of those tokens, which is awesome. And I also worked on the animal pens, as you can see over here. They're getting a little bit full. In the chickens, we have some baby ones because I just splattered a bunch of eggs all over the floor. And yeah, cows, sheep, and pigs. I've already explained how animal pens works in basically every other village we've done so far. So if you want to know how this works with spacing and how many animals fit in each one and the mechanics behind it, go check out one of my older episodes where we build animal pens. But yeah, this looks ugly. I know, don't worry, it's not going to be staying like this. It's super boring at the moment. The plan is, well, there's 2 plans and I haven't really picked which one I'm going to do just yet, but basically we are either going to just cover this entire island in nature with some bone meal and custom trees and just make this look super duper pretty, or option B, which I'm leaning mostly towards, is to basically plop the butchery over all of the fences right here and kind of encase them inside. So I think what would happen if we did that, say we had the building going all the way around and all of this fence was on the inside, the butcher would then just step inside this pen and kill the animal on the spot. Brutal, I know, but it would be a huge thing for efficiency. Hello rancher in the face, welcome. So yeah, I'm thinking we do that just because I've never done that before and I want to see if it works. So yeah, that's the plan, but for the meantime, we just have a super simple, I say super simple, I mean extremely high-tech and super efficient, ultra awesome, amazing butchery underground here. Yeah, this is definitely temporary. Most likely next episode or the one after, we will get something a little bit better. That is probably going to go over all of these pens here. And then the final thing I think I've done, except from a little bit of resource gathering, is I cut down all of these trees over here because they just weren't being chopped down at all, and I've placed them just elsewhere around the village, kind of surrounding the storage. Again, this is all temporary. It's not going to look like this in its finished form. Just looking through my storage room here, the only real thing our villagers have to eat is carrots, and then I think in this one, raw potatoes. The baked potatoes haven't even been cooked yet, so I have no idea what the chef has been doing. I should probably go and find here. I also don't know where any beetroots are. I don't know if they're being used for something, or my beetroot farmer has like just disappeared somewhere, or he's maybe hogging all of them. I have no idea. But yeah, the plan now that we have all of this set up is we are going to have these animal pens full shortly. Hopefully they will be fill up quite fast. Bear in mind we do have, hello, they will fill up quite fast. Bear in mind we have 4 ranchers working on that. So yeah, fingers crossed that'll be pretty quick. But the butcher will go ahead and slaughter those animals, giving us raw meat that the chef will then of course cook up in the kitchen. There she is. She's not trapped anywhere. Oh yeah, she has been making some cooked baked potatoes. She's cooked them and she's baked them. They're double cooked and baked. So yeah, that's the plan. Unfortunately, we are going to have to end off the episode here, so we'll have to give you an update next episode. Fingers crossed they will be doing much better than they are currently, because yeah, I do get quite a lot of sad villagers, and I think a lot of that is down to not very good food. So fingers crossed all of what we've done today will help things out drastically. But as I said, I will have to update you next time. The rancher is dragging that sheep along the hill. Very precarious, but thank you guys ever so much for watching. I really hope you did enjoy this one, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.